What's up, everybody watching? We are back with another one of these BlizzCon 2023 reaction videos. This one is going to be for World of Warcraft, The War Within, the overview trailer, which I haven't seen yet. But from what I have seen, there is a lot to unpack for World of Warcraft from BlizzCon 2023. They really went bold with it this year. Now, what I'm speaking about is they have announced the next 3 World of Warcraft expansions at BlizzCon 2023. The first one is going to be The War Within, where we're going to be diving underground, which really intrigues me. Gives me a Nerubian vibe based off of what I heard from the other 2 expansions. We're going to be receiving an Earth and Allied race with the new expansion coming out. War bands, which is something that is going to really change the course of this game, where you're able to share items with other characters that are on the same account. Go with sub-specializations such as Dark Ranger and Farseer, which is something that people have been asking in World of Warcraft for a long time. I might give Dark Ranger a try. Farseer, I'm sure, is going to be something for Shaman, as it was in Warcraft 3. Dark Ranger, I'm assuming, will probably be something for Hunter. These are all things that I'm looking forward to giving a try. I didn't play Dragonflight as much as I wanted to. I'm still in between wanting to get back and play it, but at a certain point, there's only so much time you have for games. And with Diablo 4, Overwatch 2, Baldur's Gate is another one that has been sitting in the background for a while that I want to try. You have to pick and choose where you put your time. And for what I'm seeing from World of Warcraft, I may have to put some time into this. Pretty much when it comes down to any of these games, I play for the lore. Retail's lore has been a little shaky recently, but with the announcement of 3 different expansions coming out, War Within, I don't know, it would have drew me back in by itself, but taking a look at the other 2 that were announced, which is called Midnight and The Last Titan, these 2 may just pull me back in. They're calling all 3 of these expansions the World Soul Saga, which I'm assuming revolves around Azeroth. That is my guess. For the Midnight expansion, I heard we're going to get a revamped Quel'Tha Lost, which is absolutely amazing as a Blood Elf player. I've been waiting forever for that. We're going to be having Illyria Windrunner in the game as we fight the Void. That's what I've heard for the Midnight expansion so far. The Last Titan will be based around a revamped Northrend, where we ended up fighting the Lich King many years ago. A new version of Northrend is kind of bold, and being that it's called The Last Titan, it really points the direction of Azeroth, in my opinion. Right now, currently, there's a number of Titans, but with saying The Last Titan, it really leads me down the path that the Titans are going to become evil, and Azeroth will be the final Titan in the game that possibly ends the rest of the Titans. I'm going 3 expansions in the distance trying to guess what's going to happen, but Azeroth is my guess for the Last Titan. There's a lot to unpack coming into these next 3 expansions. It's going to be interesting how this goes lore-wise. I mean, with Chris Metzen coming back, the godfather of World of Warcraft, as we will put it, how are we going to ball all this story into 3 expansions without mixing up the content? Last time, I have to admit it, and a lot of players are probably going to agree, the development team was having a little bit of trouble with just one story, so putting together 3 of them at once, I hope they're not biting off more than they could chew, but there's a lot of faith behind this now that Chris Metzen is heading the project, and always comes out with gems, usually. We will find out once this expansion gets started and we can start rolling into the whole World Soul Saga, World of Warcraft trilogy, as we will call it. But until then, I want to take a look at what the first one, The War Within, is going to feature in this overview, and I will give you my reaction. Let's see what we got here.
My visions are not the same as the others. No radiance, no song. Just the shadow, taunting
Really
me
bringing the Nerubians in?
from below.
That's the best thing I've seen so far. A Nubarak? Please bring a Nubarak back. New zones were expected. Dive into delves.
The fate of our world rests upon the edge of a knife. And our battle lies deep within.
You know, when you look at this, you think just when you're out, they pull me back in. How many years have Warcraft players been waiting for Crypt Lords? Oh man, since Warcraft 3? We've been waiting since, I would say, roughly Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne to see Nerubians in World of Warcraft. That's something I've wanted to see for a long time, and a race that I thought a lot more could have been done with. I thought we'd see more of that in Wrath of the Lich King, being that Anubarak was Arthas's main henchman, but we didn't, and maybe finally we will get that lure that has been so anticipated for so long with the Nerubians. That is something that could draw me back into the game. Also with the Void. We already know Illyria has been dabbling with Void. So Void and Nerubians may just draw me back into World of Warcraft to give this a try, despite my resistance towards wanting to dive back into the game. You all know why, and it isn't from lack of fun. I mean, recently we've had so many different World of Warcrafts that it was actually hard to keep track of things. I'm not sure about 3 more and how that's going to go. So, from this trailer, we're going to be getting a Illyria storyline in the War Within, which I imagine is going to carry right over into Midnight. So, Illyria Windrunner looks like she's going to be one of the main characters throughout the World Soul Saga, because I don't see her going anywhere in the War Within, especially with Midnight being the Void expansion from what I've heard. I'm wondering in Midnight, are we going to get to play as Nerubians? I'm not sure how that is going to be possible, or if it even should be possible in the game, because Nerubians, I don't know. We'll have to see where the lore goes with them. We didn't really get a ton of information on them outside of what we saw in Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne and the little dabbles of it that we saw in Wrath of the Lich King. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing the Nerubian storyline content along with the Void. There's a number of things to look forward to. Being that I said retail WoW and the story hasn't been so great recently, the thing that's making me want to play it again is Chris Metzen being behind it. Because every time I've played a Warcraft that Metzen has been involved in, it has been amazing. So, given that this is such a bold project, announcing 3 expansions at once, and it seems like the work is going to be put into it, I think this is going to end up drawing me back in the game to give it a try. Maybe I'll stream it down the line once it comes out. I don't think I would go hardcore with it with the rating and everything, but I do want to absorb the new zones, see what they have in store with the content that comes out, and especially the storyline. Even though it got a little bit choppy over the years, I'm hoping they can fix that up and bring World of Warcraft back to close to what their glory days were, because it's going to be extremely difficult to do that with Wrath of the Lich King. That, by far, I think, is the best expansion they've ever had. I'm not even going to say anything about Cataclysm Classic coming out. I mean, when Cataclysm came out, I'm not going to use the word downhill. I wouldn't call it that, because Mist of Pandaria, Legion, and other expansions were pretty good, but I never viewed Cataclysm as that great of an expansion. Maybe it was because you had the best possible expansion, Wrath of the Lich King, previously before that. So, the World Soul Saga is probably going to draw me back into this game. I won't be going into any of the hardcores or the classics. I want to see where the storyline heads in retail. You can let me know in the comment section how you plan to approach the new World of Warcraft trilogy of expansions. Is this something that you will be giving a try again? Are you considering giving this a try again? As I know many people have stepped back from it, maybe due to age, maybe due to work, school, things like that. The game is a huge time consumer, and you know once you jump in, it's very hard to get out. But is 3 expansions with an expanded story and content we've been waiting for something that's going to draw you back in, such as the Dark Rangers, the Nerubians, the Void? There seems to be a lot to unpack here. And honestly, kind of can't wait to try. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. I think we're going to be doing this one. So, with that all being said here, notice how we don't even care about the rewards on the screen. We'll get that. We'll farm it, we'll earn it, we'll do whatever we need to get it. We just need to know what happens in the story. That's the key here. And I'm hoping that the storyline ends up being a little smoother as we go for the expansion trilogy that comes out. Things are looking bright. I hope they stay that way. You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Everybody, I want to thank you for watching this Blizzcon 2023 reaction to the World of Warcraft features overview. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good day or night wherever you are. Later.